Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming to Red Bull Arena today and joining us for this press conference. We are thrilled to introduce today Sandro Schwarz to you as our new head coach, although he's with us already since 4 weeks. Excited having you here, Sandro. Sandro joined us beginning of January, and he will be supported by his assistants Volkan Bulut, Vedar Ibisevic, both pending on their visa, so they haven't arrived yet. Hopefully, Volkan will be the first one next week to join us. Also, I want to inform you that Ibrahim Sekaya, head coach of our second team, got promoted in a double role, being head coach of the second team this season, but also Sandro's assistant coach. And
some assistant coaches we have.
Yeah. And Sandro also will be supported by Daniel Fischer, senior performance analyst, who has been with Sandro before in Moscow and in Berlin as well. So why Sandro Schwarz? So he had a really good playing career, finished the career as a player in 2009, then immediately jumped into a coaching role at SVV in Wiesbaden, followed by a coaching role at Eschborn in the 5th division, where he won promotion, and then in 2013 joined the academy of Mainz 05, did a really great job as an under-19 coach, then coached the second team, and then got promoted into the Bundesliga, coaching the first team of Mainz 05, where he did an amazing job. Then went later on to Dynamo Moscow, where he had 2 successful years, and then finally was coaching the last season for Hertha Berlin. Sandro is a coach who brings a lot of energy with him. He's a great leader, a great human being. That's reason number one. Secondly, his style of play fits perfectly to our style of play. There's a perfect match. And third reason is that he's able to build a team, and that he's able to develop young players, and that's why we decided to bring Sandro to the New York Red Bulls. Thank you.
And now we'll go to Coach.
Yeah, also good evening all together, and thanks, Jochen, for these kindly words. And it's what I want to say at the beginning. It's great to be here, and also to have this feeling for the first 2 weeks now since we start our training session and also our friendly games. And I had a great feeling at the beginning here with my family, also with my 2 little kids in our facility. Great atmosphere, and also here in the front office in the stadium. So I'm looking forward now to continue our process, to continue our work, how we start since the first training session. And also nice to meet you, get to know you, all these people. Sorry for my English, but I will try to do my best. And let's start with our questions, hopefully.
We'll now take questions. I please ask when you ask a question, or please raise your hand, direct it towards me, state your name, publication, and who you're directing your question to. First, we'll go to Mark.
Mark Fishkin, the Seeing Red podcast. Welcome, and nice to meet you. Can you talk a little bit about the fact that you play a style of play that this team is familiar with? Do you feel that has given you a leg up in preparation for the season?
Yeah, everyone knows how we want to play, how's the identity of Red Bull. So with high intensity, first of all, and very aggressive against the ball. But in my opinion, it's also then very necessary that we find solutions with the ball, and that we have also control situations with the ball. And I think you need, in every phases of the game, you need solutions. And but first of all is the Red Bull soccer. The identity is more for me, is identity more than only to have a game idea. So, and this is the main goal for us. The main goal also for the supporters in our stadium, in our home games. But what I see the last 2 weeks in our preseason is big steps in the development of the players. How we want to press, to find the right moments, to find the right timing for these situations, but also then to have the right position in our ball position to come directly then also in the counter press situations.
Next, we go to Steve Cangelosi.
A question is for Jochen. Were you as aggressive in this process of acquiring players this window as you had hoped to be, understanding that Forsberg is a very accomplished player? Did you check the boxes that you wanted to check in this window?
Well, first of all, I would say aggressive is a big word. Sometimes I don't know if it helps to be aggressive if you want to convince somebody to join your club. No, listen, we are excited what we've done so far in this transfer window. Adding 4 players to our team, and also we must not forget that quite a few players are coming back at the moment from long injuries, like Luis Morgan, Serge Goma, and Dante Vonsia. And we still keep our eyes open. We're not done yet. We still consider to bring 1 or 2 players to this team to make us better. But we're really excited what we've seen so far in preseason. Yeah, and I don't know if it was because of the fact that we had been aggressive or not. So, but we're happy where we are right now.
Just a quick follow-up about John Tolkin. There are players in MLS who wound up staying in the league maybe because the offer wasn't right or the destination wasn't right. Can you characterize what's happened with John Tolkin over this window? I know you're happy to have him on the team, but what was the process like?
No, there was no process. I said this, I think, in our season end press conference in November. He's our player. We're happy that he's our player. I don't think that he will retire here at the New York Red Bulls. There will be a day when he will leave, probably to Europe. This day hasn't arrived yet, and I'm glad that it's like that. And there's nothing I can say, or nothing I need to let you know.
Next, we'll go to Anthony Merced.
Hi, Coach. Anthony Merced, Red Bull News Network. You now had a few weeks with the team. What's your assessment of their abilities to play the style that you'd like to play in this coming season?
Yeah, first of all, the basics are important for us, and in our all training sessions that we are very aggressive in attacking situation against the ball. So this is Red Bull soccer, and for sure then also to find then also good positions when we have the ball, when we have the situations in the last third, deep runs, very important for us in our topic when we have the ball, but highest intensity, very aggressive, and but not only to talk about pressing. I think this is also then necessary to find the right moment when we can start the pressing, and all together, to chase all together, not the players then maybe for themselves. So we have to do this as a team and with the whole energy.
Next, we'll go to Eric Freelander.
Eric Freelander, Metro Soccer Report. Jochen, first for you. You talked about wanting players to come into camp in good fitness. Can you just give an update on, were you pleased with the state of the player pool when they came in? And then for Sandro, the Red Bull system is known. It kind of was established, this game model, in 2015. Back then, it was new to the league. It wasn't something we've seen a lot. Now it's kind of common. You see a lot of teams copying it or doing their own style. How can you evolve it so it has new twists to it? It's not as predictable, or something that when you play Red Bull, you kind of know how to beat it. You can go direct, or there's ways around it because it's not as new. It's not a new idea, the pressing system.
Yeah.
I would say this is, if you want to copy something, I think it's not the right way. So the important thing is to create your own style, your own identity. This is what I mentioned before, and it is not our way to copy or also then how play other clubs with maybe the same philosophy. So we have to go our own way, to write also our own story for this season. This is how we want to start our work with the team, and it is necessary to play with our intensity. So this is, but also you will find also some phases in the game when you stay. We had today in the morning training this topic when you have situations in deep positions when the opponents have the ball. So then also to find the principles for us, which is very important. And on the top, so we can talk about a lot of situations attacking against the ball, but you need also for winning games you need also the ball. And I think this is then also necessary to create our principles, our solutions, also clear structure in ball position, but not to lose then this behavior attacking against the ball. This is very important.
Yeah, so thank you. Thanks very much for your question. I mentioned that topic in our press conference in November, and we were really happy to see in what kind of condition the players came back. But I have to say, shouldn't be necessary to talk about that when you talk about professional athletes. But the players looked better than they looked 12 months ago.
Next, we'll go to Michael Batista.
But it's not. You mean the face, no?
Next, we'll go to Michael Batista.
It is what it is. I mean,
Coach, kind of going off something that's been asked previously. Coming into this preseason, there have been players who, coming off injury, your first experience with them, they aren't at 100%. You've been at preseason a couple weeks now, not fully a month yet.
In progress.
Cool. Just
okay.
wondering.
What do we have to do now? This
Wasn't me.
I'm just wondering what it's been like for you to see players like Lewis Morgan and others coming back to full strength and now getting a full understanding of the type of player they are, like in front of you.
Very good. First of all, they have their individual program in the preseason, especially now Lewis. And for me, it's then also very important that they are in our team video meetings, in our principal meetings. So they are involved in all our video meetings, that they can adapt in the sequences how we want to play and how is the behavior. And they are also coming with us in Florida and also then next week in California, so that we are all together as a team. And this is for me a main topic, that these players are very close to all other players, which is now in every day in the training process.
Next, we'll go to Gary Redmond.
Gary Redmond from Red Bull News Network. Gentlemen, good afternoon. My first question is to Jochen. We talked about this over in November, that you were working on building a team that was going to be substantial for the championship going forward. You brought in some very good players, but obviously you're not done enough. You're not done at this point. On the team that you're looking at right now, can you identify some of the spots or some of the players that you can able to fill out the roster so they're going to be a better team on the whole? And my question to Sandro is, going forward, now you're the head coach, you have very little experience in Major League Soccer, but you're an experienced coach nonetheless. What type of that experience is going to be translated when you're playing against a very, some of the elite sides in this league?
so we have identified the positions where we want to add quality to our roster, but I don't tell you a secret when I say I don't want to mention these positions, because it's not helping us if we tell everybody in this world where we are looking for a player. So it doesn't get the prices down. and therefore we keep this as the only secret when we are leaving the room today. But that's
great.
but this is, you know, we had many discussions in the last weeks about that. So
Yeah, so I want to answer then your question about the MLS. I watched a lot of games, MLS, and also in the stadium live. So especially then last summer, I was with my family in vacation in USA and visited a lot of games. Then also to watch to get a feeling. To get a feeling for this, but not to think about, oh, this could be the next step or something like that. So only to get a feeling. And I had also two great conversations with Greg Berhalter, the national coach here, to get the feeling, and also then Jesse March, and he was also very successful here in this club. For me, it's very important that we also to have this informations before I start then this work here in the MLS, and yeah, and I don't have this experience now the first game to stay on the touchline, but I'm looking forward then for the first game in Nashville to stay in then, and hopefully you can ask me then after 1 year how was the experience then.
Next we'll go to Maria.
Hi, my name is Maria Isabel for MI Sports, and my question is for Sandro. And it's, the New York Red Bulls have had 3 head coaches in the past year, including you. You mentioned creating an identity.
he wasn't
with the
here
team.
last year. Sorry.
No, in the past year. So including, I mean, the
Okay.
whole year. No?
All right.
It's a very positive question, I think.
You mentioned creating an identity with the team, including the supporters. What steps are you taking or will take to create that bond and identity?
This is also we had yesterday a great kickoff event with supporters and with sponsors, and this is for me, and I told this also the first days here in our all-staff meeting here in the front office. I know I'm responsible to get the results. I know this, but for me it's more important also as a person that I have the feeling for this club and also the people around me. This is very, and I don't want to talk about now too much about me, what is, but hopefully you will see this, and also, and hopefully the supporters has this feeling then in the stadium that is, I'm not here, and also my family are not here only to come here for make the job and then to go home or something like that. So I'm here to grow up, to develop the whole club with all the people here, and this is very important then for me.
Next we'll go to Jerry Hawkins.
Jerry Hawkins from Kicker Sport Magazine.
Oh.
Moscow, Berlin, New York, Weltstadtbummler.
No. I don't. My son is 6 years old, and he started also in the kindergarten in Moscow, and then in Berlin, and now is here in the school. So 6 years old is amazing for him. But yeah, it's lucky situations in the past for me. But to be honest, Moscow was, especially the last 2 months, very emotional for me. Was not so easy then there with the whole family, but yeah, Berlin now here, Red Bulls, and this is what I mentioned. I'm looking forward, but it was not the main goal to have these great cities. For me, is the main target, the main goal. Then what is the club? What is the identity of the club? And so we had great conversations with Jochen and also with the Red Bulls board, and this makes me very easy then, or made me very easy then to take this decision to come here.
Next we go to Mohammed.
Hey, how are you, Sandro? So I'm asking about Noah. Yesterday was maybe the first time we saw him with the club. Have you seen him in training? And we haven't seen him in the past games. Are we looking to see him next few games in California?
Yeah. He had yesterday was testing with Noah, some endurance testing, and today was the first team training, and was good. First impression was very good of him, especially in his passing drills. And we will see tomorrow, I think 30 minutes, 45 minutes he will play then tomorrow in this friendly game. And yeah, for sure then also next week in this friendly games in California.
We have time for 2 more questions. First, we'll go to Christian Ortiz.
Hi, good afternoon, Coach Sandro. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
You have evaluated this team for the last 2 weeks. What do you project this team finishing in the Eastern Conference standings? Thank you.
You mean the main goal then for the Eastern? Or?
What do you project the team finishing in the Eastern Conference standings?
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't want to talk about now what could be in the future then in October or November. For me, it's more important to have the focus then in our daily work and our daily training session, so that we have a very good preseason. So, but we have to continue this, and we have to prepare the first game in Nashville. Then also the second game is a away game. So this is my main focus now, and for sure we are here to get the results, and we are here also to win games and to have also that we stay together with the supporters, with the whole team, to create this atmosphere in the stadium. This is very important for me as a person, what I mentioned. So, but to be honest, I can't look now what happened in October or something like that. But yeah, we have big ambitions that we are very successful here with the whole club.
We have time for 1 more question. We will go to Zoom, and we'll go to Charles.
Hi, gentlemen. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Thank you. This is Charles Nolan from MLSsoccer.com. I wanted to ask about Forsberg. If you could both speak to the process of getting a player of that caliber and with that kind of personality and a lead attacker. What does that mean, and how does that raise the ceiling for this group?
Yeah. Also, first of all, Emil has a great character. Is in the locker room, is a great person outside also of the field, and yeah. And if you see him then in the training session and also in the games with his quality, especially in his ball position, very intelligent. So with his experience, but I think, and I'm sure, for the whole group, he's very important, not only for me as a head coach, but for the whole group, what means professional behavior outside the pitch, but with a great character, with this identity of Red Bull. This is what we have the first weeks, the feeling, and I know him. We played a lot of times against each other. Most of the time he won the games, to be honest. But I'm happy now that he's in our team, that we stay together now.
To begin Emil's portion of the press conference, Jochen would like to say something to begin.
Yeah, once more, thank you for coming today. We're excited to introduce today our designated player, Emil Forsberg, to you. Amazing signing for our club. And Emil is not only an outstanding player, but also a fantastic human being. I know him for a long time, since we met the first time in 2015 in Leipzig. He joined the club in January 2015, stayed there for 9 years, helped the club to win promotion from the second Bundesliga into the first Bundesliga, qualifying since then every year for the Champions League, most of the time for the Champions League, but every time for European football, helping the club to win the first 2 trophies, the German Cup, and scoring many goals, giving many assists in more than 300 games. He played 86 games for Sweden, and it's amazing for us having a player like Emil with us. And so, Emil, welcome.
Thank you. Should I say something?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, no, just happy to be here.
We'll now take questions. First, we'll go to Joe Panterno.
Hey guys, Joe Pantorno, AM New York. Emil, welcome. Just what was it about this club, this team, that made you want to make the jump and realize it was time to come?
A lot, actually. I think the challenge to come here to MLS and to play for the New York Red Bulls was for me an fantastic experience, opportunity for all. I felt that after 9 years in Leipzig, I felt I wanted to do something new, and then I heard about the opportunity, and I said directly that this is something I want to do. It's perfect for me. I'm very, very motivated, hungry to win, and that's what made me come. I think we can achieve some fantastic things here, and it's just from the beginning, as soon as I heard about it, I wanted to do it with 1,000%. So I'm so happy to be here, and the first couple of weeks have been amazing. The guys have been fantastic to me. I think we're going in a fantastic direction with Sandro as well. So, I mean, it feels amazing to be here.
Next, we go to Jorge.
George Martinez, the Exchange FC. Jochen, last time we were here, you mentioned to us that the playoffs wasn't it, and you wanted more. Yesterday, an interview surfaced, you mentioning for us to be a little bit patient. Emil, you coming in as the new number 10. I'm expecting a little something as everybody else is. How are you guys both planning to get us over the hump together, not just to be a first-round team in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, this is the goal. I mean, first of all, when we look back on the last season, it was a really tough season. We shouldn't look too much back into the past, but it was a tough season. In the end of the day, the team made it because they were standing together, they fought together, and then it wasn't a coincidence that we made it in the last minute. And unfortunately, we got knocked out in the first round. And what I said in November is that we need to do the next step to be able to win these playoffs games, and that's why we improved our roster. That's why we brought a player like Emil to us. It's not only him; it's also his qualities to lead a team and to make his teammates better on the pitch. And what I mentioned yesterday is I fully understand that fans are excited and they want to see new signings and new players, and that's why I mentioned sometimes also we need to have this kind of patience. And as I said before, we will still keep our eyes open to improve our roster, and this is a job we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing under pressure my whole life. I love the pressure, and I'm excited. I'm very comfortable, and I'm also convinced about the quality of the team and what I'm gonna bring to the team. I've done the journey with Leipzig as well, and the most important thing is the team, that we come together. The quality is very, very high in the team, and like I said, the first weeks has been really, really good, and I'm gonna keep pushing. I mean, I'm here to win, nothing else. I'm here to win with the guys, to take us forward, and that's the mentality we gotta have every day, even in training. When we go after training, with training, and yeah, I mean, I'm getting to know the guys now after 4 weeks. I think more and more, step up the step, but it's looking good, and I don't wanna, but I know how good I am and what I can bring to the team, and I'm gonna do that, and that's why I also wanted to come here, because I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and I think we have a big chance together with Sandro as well, fantastic coach, and the coaching staff, and with all the players, that we're going to be a team, and we're going to win as a team, and this is what we have to bring every day to training. And if we do that, I'm convinced we're going to have a lot of fun this year.
Next, we go to Vas.
Vas Kamnias, Soccer View Radio. Welcome, Emil. Just wanted to ask you, although it's early on into your tenure here, what are your first thoughts on Red Bull Arena, the facilities, and also your thoughts on the competition, seeing that you faced 2 MLS sides in 2 of those preseason matches, and what can you expect from them?
So, like I said, so far the whole experience with the guys, with the training camp, with the facility, it feels like a family here, and that's why it's been easy for me as well to join the team, to feel comfortable with the team and with the guys, and I'm excited. As always, preseason is preseason. I mean, you can win all games and then you end up losing 3 in the league. But I mean, we're taking everything seriously. We're working hard every day to get our structure, to to get to where every player knows what to do in every situation, and to trust our qualities and to be proud and to be brave in what we do with the ball, against the ball, and yeah, my expectations are high. I mean, I'm so happy to be here, and I can't wait for the season to start so that we can win games.
Next, we'll go to Matteo.
Matteo Macalino, Jersey Sporting News. Welcome, Emil. I just wanted to ask, after you spent the past 9 years at Red Bull Leipzig, now you're here in New York. Just when making the decision, how important was it to you to stay within the Red Bull organization? Thank you.
I mean, I have a long history with the Red Bull organization, but it just came down to when I heard about the opportunity to join New York Red Bulls. I said, this is what I have to do, because it was the perfect opportunity for me to prove myself as well, and to just, yeah, I mean, the challenge, the opportunity to play here in the MLS, it's just, yeah, the whole package just made me want to come here, and I'm here to win.
Next, we go to James.
James Burley, WFEV Sports. Thanks, Emil. Welcome. Obviously, you're coming into this club as one of the more accomplished players. Is that a new feeling, being one of the more older, more experienced players in the team? And how are you managing that new responsibility of leadership with the club? Thanks.
No, I had it in Leipzig as well. I was one of the always young everywhere in Red Bull, so I was one of the older. But I made the journey in Leipzig from being a young guy to be an experienced guy. So I know how hard you have to work, and I've seen a lot of young guys come to Leipzig, grow as a person and as a footballer, to get better. So I know how hard you have to work, and that's why I think it's a fantastic match for me as well to be here, to push the young guys to get better every day, to help them, to point them sometimes in the right direction. So, I mean, I have a lot of pressure and responsibility on my shoulders, but I love it, and I'm here to do it. And like I said, I'm excited.
Next, we go to Andrew.
Hi, Andrew Eady from Metro Soccer Report. Emil, in 2015, you joined the Red Bull family from Malmo, and one of our other exciting new signings is doing the same thing, Noah Isla. I was wondering, what can you say about what development is like at Malmo and making that jump from the Swedish league to Red Bull Soccer?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Noah is a fantastic footballer. I've seen him now three times in training, I think, and he has a lot of potential. He's going to be a fantastic defender for this club, I'm sure of it. So, I mean, it all comes down to be clever in what step you have to make as a young guy, where you can see yourself growing as the best way possible as a person, but also as a footballer. And like I said, here is a young team with a lot of guys who are motivated and wanting to get better. And we have some older guys here to show them in the right direction and to help, but also as well to show the way that this is what you need to do to get better, and then hopefully also they are motivated themselves to get better, but I'm sure of that. But in Sweden, Malmö is the best club in Sweden, so I mean the quality is always high, but then like I said, it's always important what kind of step you're making, and I think Noah is making the right step, I'm sure of it, because we will also have a lot of fun with him this year, I'm sure of it.
Next, we go to Gary.
Good afternoon, Emil. Welcome to New York. By way, of course, Harrison. You talked a little bit about a desperation that you want this club to succeed in the worst way, and you kind of endeared yourself to the fans here who have dealt with nothing but 29 years of disappointment. Because of that, how do you feel stepping into that cauldron, knowing that this team has had a success history, and more importantly, do you want to bring that experience to the team, where I feel there's a young team, but they really need someone who has been sort of a been there, done that type of guy? Are you that type of player that can able to apply that experience to these young kids to get over the hump in certain games and situations against elite teams in this league?
For sure. I mean, I see myself as a player and a person like that. I mean, it's all about having a positive mindset as well. I mean, we don't like to talk about the past, but the past is the way it is. But I'm here now to bring positivity, mentality, and together with everybody. Like I said, we win as a team, we lose as a team, but we have to have that mentality that we're gonna win every game, that we have the quality to win every game. And if we do that and we give 100% on every training, in every game, we will have success. I'm sure of it. So I mean, that's the kind of mentality I want to bring, and I'm bringing into the team. That we can never be satisfied. We have to be. We can always strive for better. And I think the young guys and everybody in the team together, we are doing it very, very well now, and we're on a good path. But it's still a long way to go. But I'm here, and everybody's here, and the mentality, like I said, is fantastic. And I'm here to put a positive mindset on everybody that we can achieve this, we can do this, and it keeps me and makes me motivated, and that's why I'm going with a smile every day to training.
Next, we go to Jerry.
Emil, Jerry Hawkins from Kicker Sportmagazin. A lot of Bundesliga players have come to MLS. Sure, some of them, if not many of them, I'm sure you know. Did any of them have an influence with you? Did you speak with any before coming here?
No, I was sure about my decision to come here. I obviously spoke to Tyler Adams before, but apart from that, I was so convinced by myself that I wanted to do this, so I didn't have to talk to anyone else about it. So, no, I can't say I No, I didn't know how no, nothing. Maybe he calls me, who knows.
We have time for 2 more questions. First, we'll go to Mark.
Emil, Mark Fishkin from the Sing Red podcast. Welcome. MLS is not the Bundesliga, and yet most international players, when they arrive, talk about their surprise of the quality, the intensity, of the speed of the league. I'm curious, it's only been a few weeks, but can you share with us some first impressions about what you've seen in MLS so far? Thanks.
Yeah, I've heard about it as well before I came here. Don't be surprised by the quality and intensity and the quality of the players. And I think it's true. I mean, it's been fantastic. I think the quality is very, very high. And I think the league is getting better and better every year. And I've been following the league for a couple of years now, and I think the development is fantastic. So I mean, it's gonna be a tough league. It's easy to sit here like I do now and speak nice words and saying we're gonna do that and that. But I mean, it's the way I see it. And but the league, everything so far, the teams we played, it's a lot of quality. It's gonna be a tough league. But I mean, like I said, I'm here to win.
We have time for one more question. We'll go to Charles Boehm on Zoom.
And thanks for your time today. I wanted to ask about your life off the pitch. How are you planning to settle in the area? Do you know where you're going to live yet? Do you want to be in the city? What's your sense of the culture and having those experiences as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to play football, so my focus is on that. But I will find a place. I didn't find any place yet. I will for sure find something. But I have no stress. I want it to be good. So when I do find something, I'm sure it's going to be good. But as long as I don't find anything that I feel is perfect, I will wait and just see what comes. But just now, I'm relaxed, to be honest, about that.
Jochen and
family coming as well?
Yeah, in time, I think.